cloud. Yay, I figured it out. All right. Okay, hi guys. Happy full moon. We are here in August 2020, and this is the full moon. This is the full sturgeon moon. It's a full sturgeon moon because this is the time of year when the sturgeon were plentiful in the Great Lakes. And also it's referred to sometimes as the green corn moon because corn's usually getting ready to be harvested around this time. So happy full moon. We are going to tonight paint a full moon, and if you happen to have a drum handy, I would recommend drumming while I am painting if you want to. Typically, I know a lot of us get together on the full moon. We've got a couple people here waiting to come in. We've got, usually we drum on the full moon, and this time we're changing it up a little bit, and we are both painting, and if you want to drum as we paint, that is something that I'm suggesting you try doing. Just sort of watching the painting and drumming. It can be nice and relaxing. All right. It looks like one person's trying to get into the meeting. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Great. Okay, so let's get started. Grab your canvas. Along with the canvas, I'm going to be working with dark blue, magenta, and white this evening. These are the colors that I'm working with. If you want to follow along with me, that's great, but you don't have to. And if you have like a pencil or something that you can trace with, because we're going to be making our moon with some sort of round shape that you have handy that's around you. It's like this little guy that I painted on this chunky little canvas. This is what I'm going to be painting with today. I use this to get my circle down there and make a nice, you know, just a nice clean circle. But then I'm also going to be using circles, different size circles, because I'm going to use these circles to make my craters this evening as well. You might want to take some money, take the top off of the water bottle that you're drinking right now. Ooh, wine in the backyard, use that, that works. So we're going to, you know, when we'll get to the point, I'll show you when to grab your little ones. But for now, give some thought to a big circle that you can put your moon on your canvas, okay? The other things that we're going to be working with, let's see, we need some rinse water and simply some different size brushes. This is a pretty easy lesson. So I will get started here. The first step is to put down our circle. So if you have a chunky little canvas like this, that's great. If you have a bigger canvas, that's perfectly fine. You can put, you know, use a big mixing bowl to put on a larger canvas, whatever it is. Whatever size you have, it doesn't really matter. So figure out where you want to put your moon. I usually, I've done them before, like right in the center, and that kind of looks cool. I usually like to kind of put it a little bit off center, just because it adds a little bit of interest. And then all you do is take a pencil or a pen or whatever you have handy, and we're going to trace that circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cover this up with paint. But we just want to have a little form of a circle here to work with. So that is the base of our moon. I should mention too, you guys, if you, if anybody has any questions along the line, just unmute yourself and ask the question, okay? So we're like super, super, super casual here. I'm going to move you closer to my canvas.
See the colors that are on your plates?
The colors, yeah. The colors I've got here are dark blue, and a magenta, and a white.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. Cool. Well, I'm doing a good job of noticing people too while I'm doing this. That's good. we've got our moon down. So now the next thing we get to do is just play with our two darker colors. If you're not using the dark blue and magenta like myself, you might just choose two other cooler colors because this is going to be our, like our outer space, okay? I'm gonna take kind of a medium-sized straight brush, and I'm just gonna very lightly dip my magenta and my dark blue together. And I'm going to just make a nice little tracing around this circle. And I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to what color's what. I'm just giving myself a little border here, really, is what I'm doing here. Because we want to keep our moon, right now we want to kind of keep it nice and clean and white, just for the moment. Can you guys see my painting okay? Is this a good angle? Yeah, hi Candy. Okay. Yeah, so just give your moon a nice little outline. And you don't have to use tons of paint here. Really, you can use as much as you want. On my edge, that purple pen, I want to kind of cover up that line. So I'm going to kind of take this opportunity to do that. I don't want to see that later. All right. So once you get your moon outlined, then I invite you to use your fingers and do the same thing. Dip it in a little bit in the magenta and a little bit in the blue. Okay, so you can have a nice yummy finger. And then just kind of rub your outer space into the canvas. Little circular patterns, just like you were putting, you know, lotion on somebody, or for those of you who played softball or baseball, you know, when you oil your glove and you have to really get that oil into that glove, you kind of rub like that. So just kind of take little dabs of the two dark colors that you've got and just cover the whole canvas. Just keep using that circular motion, because what this is going to do, it's going to prevent us from having lots of like lines. We're not going to have brush lines in our outer space. And we're not going to have any real direction. It's going to give us kind of a deepness. Now I've got these chunky sides here. Whether or not your sides are chunky or not chunky, give your sides some love too, okay? If you're feeling like, oh, that's too pink or that's too purple, you know, bring the other colors in. It doesn't have to be exact the whole way. So see how on here I've got a little bit of purple going on one end and a little bit of blue going on there on the other end. And that gives it a nice, rich, deep interest. Okay? So we are doing tons of wabi-sabi action here. We're not being perfect in any way other than dipping our fingers in this paint and rubbing the pretty colors on. Oh, somebody else is joining us. Woo, woo. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. We are at the stage where we have traced our moon by using our lid, something circular. You can trace your nice little moon there, and now we're using our fingers to put in the color background here. Now, if you really don't want to use your fingers, because, you know, some people might have a sensitivity to the paint, you know, you don't have to use your fingers. You can use a brush here. You could put a glove on and use your fingers that way. Whatever. No rules. And again, purposely just sort of scrubbing in here. It's kind of fun. So this is my time to tell you to slow down and not feel like you have to keep up with me, because I'm purposely kind of going fast because I'm trying to stay a little bit ahead of you so that you can just ease through this lesson. But it's designed for everybody to go at their own pace. We have 2 hours to do this. And that's like way more than enough time. So go as slow as like a banana slug. Go slow. And if you feel like you're getting lost, then just let me know. Okay? I just put way too much glue on my on my thing. Sometimes if you do that, you know, you just use another finger and you just wipe it off. It's all good. So this really is what we're doing in this stage, is simply putting in our outer space. And a lot of times at this stage, I like to give some thought to, you know how sometimes you see that ring around the moon? I like that. So sometimes I bring in like a little more of the magenta, just to kind of give it a little bit of color right around the moon. And if you get a little smear in your moon, that's perfectly fine, because we're gonna work on our moon here anyway. So it's all good. Any questions, you guys? If anybody has questions, unmute yourself. Or if anybody wants to share, because I know we have other artists out there. If anybody else has suggestions, go ahead and pipe in, okay? Okay, so that's kind of looking neat. I'm liking the way this is looking. It's a nice, pretty space. All right, so while this is kind of drying, while my outer space layer is drying, what I'm gonna do is take advantage of this blue and magenta paint that I currently have on my canvas. And I am going to use the blue and or the magenta to make craters out of, like, this is the top to a chocolate milk thing. So you can either dip in your paint if you want to get some color, or you can trace like you did with your big moon. Okay, but see on here how I have some nice color on here. I'm just gonna take that and kind of stamp it on there like a rubber stamp. And I know it doesn't look perfect, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna put another one right next to it. And then, girls in the backyard, I'm gonna put my things right here on the edge of the table, okay? Other things, where was the other circle that I had? Let me do another one here. Well, you could do something like this. You could take a quarter in your paintbrush and just trace a circle. So these little circles that we're putting on here while your background is drying, these little circles, you just want to really make an effort to place them randomly, and know that we're going to be covering these up some way, because we're going to be bringing white into our moon. Okay, so we're going to be using these as like, this is like the deepest crater. This is the first layer of craters on the moon when those meteors hit. And then we're going to get some nice white moon dirt on there, and then we're going to make more craters. That probably sounds really weird. All right. Another little one, making from a penny, maybe a double one. Okay. And I invite you to give this a shot, where you take something round and kind of put it on the edge of your moon, See how right now all of these circles are within that circle? Take 1 or 2 or 3 and place part of it outside the circle and part of it inside the circle. See how? That's like, we're not going to get a full round crater by tracing this nickel. Okay, we're going to get a crater that looks like that. Okay. So we don't naturally want to do that. We don't like to, our linear part of our mind doesn't like to bump up against those lines. It likes things to be nice and separate. So I invite you to place some of those little nuggets in there that are not right there in the center. Put, whoop. All right, dude. Ooh. Nice smeared. All right. Ooh, there's some nice craters. I like it. Another one in here. And you don't have to even use your paintbrush to do this. If you have paint pens or, whatever works for you. Just get some circles traced in there. All right. And I'm pretty happy with the way that my sky, my outer space is looking. I think I still have some more blue and magenta on my canvas still. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add another layer of color here just because an additional layer is going to give us some good depth. But while I'm doing this, I'm kind of not completely covering up that little ring, that magenta ring that I put around there. I like that magenta ring. And at this point, if you want to bring in a little bit of, a little dab of white, you can do that. You can add a little bit of shine in here, reflection. But you get more of a pop, really, when you have, just that nice dark outer space. I think it's nice when you just kind of use the two colors. Let me cover that little shine up. Any questions, anybody? You girls in the backyard doing okay? Am I going at a good speed for everybody? Good? Okay. All right. So just playing around with that color, making sure that you've got your whole canvas covered. If you are using one of these chunky canvases, here's a little tip. You can take the back side of it like this and then take your fist, the hand that you're not working with, and then take your fingers like this, and put them in and then spread your fingers. And now you can hold the canvas and you have all the sides free. If you don't have the chunky little canvas like that, that's okay. You can try it another time.
Hey, Karen. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Yeah.
Anthony has a question.
Yeah.
What colors did you use for the craters?
What colors did I use for?
Craters.
I can't hear.
The craters.
The craters, thank you. I use the same colors. So the only colors that I'm using for this entire painting are these three colors: dark blue, magenta, and white. So I just took the same colors, the dark blue and the magenta, and dipped the caps in there and traced circles with that same color that I'm actually putting on the background.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. No problemo. And enjoy using your fingers. We did this as kids, and it was super fun, and now it's like, oh, I don't want to get messy, or I don't want to get dirty, but it feels good to paint on the canvas with your finger. And you feel the texture of the paints and the texture of the canvas with the paint. You really do have a lot more control when you use your fingers. All right, well, I'm liking my little moon, so I'm going to leave my background that way. And I'm pretty happy with the craters that I have at this point. Let me show you. That's where I'm at now. So what we want to do, and again, if you're not at this stage, it's okay. I'll go back, it's all good. But what we want to do is we want to make our craters kind of look like this. So see how this is the painting that's finished, but you see all those little craters underneath there? They started with all of those little circles that we put down. So now we're just going to cover lightly and carefully our moon with white. And just kind of blending in those dark blues and the magenta, or the dark colors that you're using. So I'm going to move over here to just a little bit of a bigger size brush, but really you can stick with the same brush that you've got if you wanted. I'm still going to use kind of a straight edge here. And I'm going to bring in some white. My paint on these craters, it's still wet. So I have to be kind of careful. I don't want to totally drag it through and smear things completely. But I'm going to start with my edges of my moon, just so that I, can get kind of nice and clean. And then once I get my edges down, I can go forward. We're just using that line that we first put down, with your lid or your bowl or your cup, whatever it was that you used. We're just using that line as a guide. There's also another opportunity for me to, and for you to cover up with the white, that original line that you put down. If it's still showing through and bothering you at all, you can cover it with the white. And again, go super slow. And just have fun filling in your moon. The moon, really, if you think about it, you're not going to go back and forth, or up and down, because the moon's all hilly and cratery and has little nooks and crannies. We want to kind of paint around these circles and see what's happening, because it kind of starts to drag that paint a little bit. You guys can see that okay. So my brush has enough white on it, to get a little bit of a good layer on here, but it's not super, super covered, because I want to put little, probably a few little layers of white here. And I don't want to cover it completely on my first layer. It's almost like, pretend like you're trying to create the moon with eyeshadow. Pretend like you're trying to create it like on somebody's skin with eyeshadow, like real lightly dusting it on there. Rather than completely, covering it right away. And as you're painting, no matter where you are, some of you may not have the moon above you just yet. Some of you may already have it above you. Give thought to that full moon that's rising this evening. And give gratitude to Grandmother Moon. This is a good night to charge your crystals and cleanse your crystals or any other tools you may use with your spiritual work. It's a good night to charge your own energy. Good night to sleep outside. So you can see just as you continue to play with putting the white on here, you start to build this little moon. And we can bring in some more shadows to our moon as well as we go forward. So if you say if you cover something up and it's like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to cover that up and now all the blue's gone, that's okay, because we can put more blue in. Kind of the topography, painting in the topography of the moon. And don't forget your edges. And, if you do have your drum handy, feel free to drum if you want to. It's all good. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So these craters are going to be very subtle once I'm finished. When we first put it on there, it was like, ooh, those are kind of crazy looking. But as we cover them, we continually layer.
Karen?
It'll help. Yes.
Can you hold it up and show it? Because the moon just looks like a big white circle on my computer.
Maybe my lighting is wrong. Let's see here.
Okay. About how many craters did you put on yours?
What's that?
About how many craters did you put on yours?
I put on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 craters, I think.
Okay.
Can you see? Oh, look. Is that better?
Better. Yeah.
Okay, you should figure out my lighting.
Okay. I'll probably have some questions when I get to painting the white moon. I'm still
Yeah.
doing craters.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's all good. Thank you for asking. Know if that helps or not. Does that help or make it worse? It's what? Well, all right, I think that might be better. Does that look a little better? Yeah, kind of, sort of. I'm just not sure how to make it. Do you know how to make the lighting better? Or maybe just stay there and give me a thumbs up if it looks better. Because I can move this around. Good? Much better. Oh, somebody's here. All right. So that does look a little bit better now, doesn't it? Oh, I see Candy's drumming, yay. All right. So with our moon, if you want to put any additional shadows in, you can take a smaller brush and kind of, again, following these little circles that we've put in. We put a little bit more interest here and there. And then cleaning your brush off to just, when you want to use the white here, you want to make sure you get your brush nice and clean so that we're not smearing. You see those little, I just went over that one. So see, here's one that I just put down, but I can take that white paint and kind of cover it up a little bit so it's not quite so bold. But in any given time, any given moment, the moon looks different, right? So your moon is going to look different than my moon. So it's all good. Some craters are going to be darker, some are going to be lighter. I'll take this opportunity to bring in a little bit more dark blue. I'll probably end up doing the same thing with that dark blue. I'm going to cover it up with the white. So you see those little marks that we used early on, those were really just little guidelines so that we didn't have to manually try to figure out how to do perfect little circles. Way more fun when you don't have to stress out about it. And as you're painting the moon, this is a really good time to just think about, you know, the people that you love, the places that you love. It's thought to grandmother moon shining down on all of us and kind of connecting us in a way, and sending that love and light down to all things. The creatures, I think about the wild animals in the Santa Cruz Mountains with the fires right now. It's always sending them love. And people, everybody, of course. But sorry, guys, somebody's at my front door. So I'm going to just mute you for a second. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. Somebody came to the front door. But thankfully we're alive because we have guard dogs that are going to keep us safe. All right, so I'm pretty much liking the way my moon's turning out. I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot of additional layers at this point.
Karen,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Someone came to my door and I had to walk away. So I have my craters on. So now I'm just covering the whole moon with white, but doing it lightly over the craters. Is that what you had said?
Yeah. Let me see what you got going on. Yes, perfect. That's exactly perfect. Look at those 2 A+ moons right there. Yay. Yeah, so just get your white and start, like if you were putting a layer of moon dust on that moon with your white paint, just put some shades of white. Just start lightly painting inside the circles of those craters, along the outside of the craters. Okay. You don't have to completely cover it all, with straight lines. Just kind of start playing around and filling in, because the moon is bumpy, right? It's all good.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Thanks.
Keep going with that white. All right. On my last layer here, I'm going to just take my white paint and sort of add, and just let them dry. Oops, that's a little big. Okay. Because that's just going to add a little bit of extra bumpiness. All right. Any questions out there? Anybody feel like they're falling behind or anything? Just shout out. You guys are doing a good job. Good. Girls in the backyard, can you show me yours? Pretty. Oh, beautiful. Love it. So guys, as you're painting these moons, think about how easy that is with just a circle, right? So you could make planets. You could do a planet a week if you wanted, and then you could have all the planets up on the wall. You could put a whole bunch of little circles and make a whole little solar system with a nice background. So really, as long as you get some kind of neat background with dark colors, and you paint those planets over it, you're going to be good. All right, so the last little step here is taking a little tiny brush, just like a scripting brush, like you would sign your name, and dipping the end in white, and then just putting in little dots here and there. These are your stars, if you want stars. It's as easy as that. All right. You guys need any more white out there? You're good. No, I took a lot. All right. Well, that makes it so it's just a big white blob. Don't want that. I'm not sure how to avoid that. Hold mine up here again. Here.
Hey, Karen, it's Shannon.
Hi.
Hi. So when you colored in your craters, did you bring in any other color besides white?
No.
Okay.
And the way it happens is because it was still kind of wet, that
Yeah.
dark blue and the magenta. But if you want to bring more color in, then bring it in and just kind of outline or highlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But it pretty much just happens, because we have those nice baseline colors in there with those craters.
Yeah, I will let it just happen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just let it happen because, Mother Nature makes the moon, not us. Right?
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course, of course. And you guys can make your sky whatever color you want it to be. You can make your moon whatever color you want it to be. There's no rules. Do you? I think I'm just going to hold this here for you guys to see because it looks better this way.
White. Her craters were still a little wet, so when she did, it made it that.
Did you have a question, Raquel?
Oh my God! I didn't know we were still.
You just you weren't you just came off of mute, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. No, we were just talking about the craters because he was saying that he didn't think we went over them, but you went over them. But like our craters are already dry, so just add a little bit of blue to the white and to make the shadows.
Yeah. Just use the same colors that that you've got on your palette, and just if you're getting to the point where it's like, oh, I'm putting this white down and it's just covering it completely, and covering up your craters, definitely bring some more of those dark colors in and kind of give those rounded edges some more color, and then mix the white in. And it's you're doing light shades, you're not gobbing tons of paint down, so it's just over time, just sort of starts to blend. Yeah.
How did you make your paint look
I'm sorry. I'm going to mute you for 1 second. I'm sorry.
You want to use maybe a circle blush?
My dogs are in rare form tonight. Okay. So what did you say? The one? Are you looking at this one right here?
No, I was asking how you got the texture around, not on the craters, like the other spot.
Oh, those dabs.
You just dabbed it.
Yeah, I just took the brush that had that was like the last thing I did. I just kind of, when my circles were done, I just sort of dabbed that white paint on there so that I have some rough white spots. Because if you look at that, if this little white guy right here, because we're out here in outer space looking at that, that's probably the mountaintop of something right there, right?
Yeah.
Because from the top of the mountain. That's all good. Just put texture wherever you want it to be. Because there's mountain ranges and lakes and craters, and it's all good.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Are you guys good? Yay. I'm going to, why don't you guys come in and show your things? I'm going to bring these girls in that have been in the backyard and they can show theirs off.
Yeah, I want to see.
All 3 girls. Haley. Okay, hang on. You can back it up. Can you guys see it on their phone? That's Haley's. Here, put it close up here. See, so you can. There you go. Nice. Well, it looks really good, honey. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. Step on that thing there. All right. Oh, I like your big. Oh, those are big. That's like you're really close to the moon, huh? Oh, I like it. Oh, and the purple too.
That's
Nice. Yay, Kat. Oh, Taylor, that's Kat. Yay, Taylor. Oh, I called you Kat earlier.
Oh, did you?
I think so. Sorry. Okay, you're going to show. Yay. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, nice. Camera's right there. Put it nice and close. You've got lots of good texture in yours.
Thank you.
That's
I'm very happy.
nice.
Oh, I just got pinnacle dress. Oh, well.
Nice, nice. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you. I love it.
Those are all really nice.
I know, right? They did a good job. So this was the you know, this was one that I'd done another day. So you can see the same thing really is kind of what happened today. If you didn't know any better, you know, you might just think that was the same painting. It's fun. Good. All right, so I'm going to put my thing up here. How is everybody else doing out there? Anybody's got questions, just let me know. Good. Is it too low or is that too shiny? And the stars, if anybody's at that place, are just white little dabs. Sometimes on larger canvases when I'm making stars, I'll use a pencil and use the eraser and dip the round eraser into the white and just use that. And for some reason it makes really pretty stars. In California here, we're in Northern California, and our moon lately has been looking very orange at night because we've got a lot of wildfires going on. I'm looking forward to seeing a nice, big, bright white moon one of these days. If you're ever, you know, wanting to paint and you're thinking, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to paint, this is a really good lesson because you can't really go wrong with, you know, tracing the circles and then adding the smaller circles and just the minimal colors that are involved. It's a good little lesson that sometimes, you know, when you're not in the mood or like you want to paint but you're creatively stuck, you know, like artist block, painting something like this is really a way to kind of unblock yourself because, you know, there's not a lot of rules involved and you're just sort of letting the paint flow, playing with circles over and over. Anytime you're playing with circles or shapes or anything repetitive, it kind of gets your mind in that meditative, creative mode. So it's a good, healthy thing to do. So if you're feeling creatively stuck, just go through this little process and you'll get yourself unstuck. And you'll have a beautiful little moon. I love these little chunky canvases too, because you can, you know, if you have a little table, you can just set it on the table. It's just a nice little piece, you know, if you set it on a shelf with a plant next to it. It's nice to bring in that grandmother moon energy into your home or into your office. And next time you look up at the moon, pay attention to those craters that you see. What colors are they? You'll see they're not all the same colors. Some are darker, some are lighter. And same thing with the white parts of the moon. Some are darker, some are lighter. Which again makes it such an easy project because at any given time, it's going to look a different way. If you wanted to paint Mars, you could do exactly what we did here and just make it more of a red planet versus a white planet. If you wanted to paint Mother Earth, you could do pretty much the same thing we did here, but lightly, you know, put in some earth elements, continents. Very good. Any questions? Just let me know. I'm here. I can hear you. So just let me know if you do have questions. But if not, just have fun painting. You want me to do it? The power keeps going off.
I can see your moon really well now.
What's that?
I can see your moon perfectly now.
Good. I have it all propped up funny. So I don't want to, yeah. I have to learn about the lighting and the camera and how to make things show up right.
Well, and when you're painting something white with just
Yeah.
highlights, it's much harder.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Because that doesn't necessarily make it easier when it's a big white spot like that. But it's a very big glowing moon. I think one of these days I'm going to paint a blue moon. And I know a blue moon's not technically blue, but I mean in real life, but Blue Moon is our wedding song.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, so I want to do a blue, like a light blue moon. I think that'd be kind of pretty. So guys, on Friday, September 11th at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we're doing a free paint night where we're painting owls. That will be fun, 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 fun. And owls are very much the same as moons. It's like you can do all different kinds of owls and they just, you know, you can't really go wrong. It's a fun one. And I would love to see what you guys end up painting too. So if you're on my Facebook page or my Shama Mama page, shoot over a picture of your masterpiece when you're finished, because it's always fun to share. We're not ending or anything. It's all good. I'm just saying.
Can I ask you a question that's
Of course.
kind of not related, but is?
Yeah.
When I did that owl painting at your house that day, I love my owl, but I don't dig my background. Can I cut the owl out and Mod Podge it onto a new background that I paint, or would that work?
Yeah, you could totally do that.
I've thought about it so many times, but never, like, I'm assuming I could Mod Podge it onto another painted background, but I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm trying to think, because the canvas is going to be kind of thick.
Yeah.
What I would probably try first is redoing your background. You know, you can mask off your owl if you want, because your owl is really cute. Just mask that off and then paint a background over that.
I could gesso it first, right? And then it would take the paint, okay? If I use like white gesso?
Yeah, you could do that. If you want to start from a clean slate, you could do that. I don't remember what the background looks like, if there's any way to, you know, to take that and use it. But yeah, if you want to start from new, just gesso over it and then do a background and then peel off the masking tape, and then you'll know. It's like, oh, that looks better. If you're like, oh crap, I don't like it still, then maybe go on to the Mod Podge thing. But because if you cut out your owl and put it onto another canvas, you're going to have that. It's going to look somewhat glued on, right? That could look cool though too, right? So those could be two kind of neat options.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try.
Yeah. Next time actually, if you want to grab it, do you want to show me, and I'll
Yeah, let me
see
go.
if I have any suggestions on the background. I didn't mean to interrupt your creative process. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll go grab it. Thanks. All right. Can you see it?
Oh, it's cute. So what is it that you don't like about the background?
I don't know. I don't like the colors that I chose, really, because I didn't really know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just don't like the colors. I did use some texture paints with pencils. I don't know if you can see it. So I like that part, but I just don't like the colors.
Okay. Yeah. Gesso over it. Put it on, and you probably don't even have to do like a super thick coat of gesso if you don't want to, because even if you have some of those nice colors peeking through underneath the gesso, that's going to just give you some more depth.
Yeah. Okay.
So get kind of a foundational cover on there if you want. But you understand what I'm saying about the masking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that could be a good option.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. It looks cute, by the way, but you want to make sure that you like it. So give thought to what colors do you want to put in there, and what maybe shapes or flowers or whatever it is that you want in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one would look kind of cool with just like one solid color in the background too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. This is woo-hoo. This is I have to back up, sorry.
I love that.
This is kind of one of the guys that we're going to be painting on Friday.
He's really cute, or she, whatever it is.
I'm not sure. And then I have a new class coming out probably next week, Paint the White Buffalo, and this very much came to me via meditation, but this is what we will be painting, or something along these lines. But this class is, it's like not from me, really, it's from Spirit. I'm delivering it, but I'm being guided by Spirit on this one. So pretty cool. So Paint the White Buffalo will be, enrollment will open next week.
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, thanks. But I've got other classes too. So if you go to shamamama.teachable.com, there's other painting classes and crystal classes and shamanism classes there for you to check out if you want to. So who wants to share? Does anybody want to show what they've got going on? And there's no rush. We're all good. And if you don't want to share, that's all good too. I'm just opening it up to anybody who wants to. Make yourself available. Uh-oh, I scared somebody away by saying that. Please don't leave. You don't have to show your painting. Was that you that left? Well, that's okay. I don't want to scare anybody away. If anybody has any questions about the moon or crystals cleansing, I know we talked about that a little bit earlier. If you have any questions in that regard, let me know as well. We're going to shut this. I feel bad that you guys have to whisper. Oh, look at this. You know what? Go back. Yeah. Wow. Raquel, do you want to show where you're at so far? You're the only other person on camera.
Yeah, I'm not done yet, but
No, you don't have to be done. It's all good. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like your background too.
thanks.
A nice little ring around the moon you've got going there too.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks really great.
Kind of blurred out the craters a little more than I wanted, but it's fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Does Anthony want to show his? Oh, that looks really great. That's great. Look at that. That's like a that one almost looks like a planet in front of the moon. You've got some really good shading going on.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I like how he did his looks like
Get
solar.
the background.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it looks really great. I know I've seen Anthony had painted something before with planets. I remember seeing that, the same kind of technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who.
You want to show it? He wants me to show it. Let me go get it.
Okay. Hey, Anthony, where was that a class that you took, or was that you just when you did the planets? Was that you painting on your own?
I had made circle stencils out of painter's tape,
Uh-huh.
and I just did some solid colors.
But she asked if it was a class.
Oh no, I just did it myself.
You did
I
it
just
yourself. That's really cool.
I just painted
So
some.
look at that, you guys. You could, yeah, so you can totally just make a whole solar system if you want to. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful.
But this one, I painted the planets first in just big colors and made circles out of painter's tape.
Perfect.
Put them on the where I wanted the planets to be. I painted all black.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, same kind of technique. I love it. Julio. Okay, I am going to put my computer on mute. I am still here, so if you need anything, just say something. But there's going to be some dog action going on here while Haley reads. So. You doing good?
Karen, I just noticed what happened to everybody.
Oh, I think they just probably finished up. Nobody said goodbye, but I think everybody just kind of trickled out on their own. It's all good. Shannon's still here, enjoying her painting with the moon.
So what did you
I
want?
think,
Oh, sorry.
no, go for it. I was just gonna say, I think she has her crystals out.
No, I should have done that. You said to bring yellow out too. What were you going to use that for?
The yellow.
Yeah.
When did I say that?
It was on the list.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was probably a thought of they had something that day. A yellow. I wonder what I was thinking.
Yeah, your list said yellow, purple, blue, magenta, white, and black.
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, sometimes I cut and paste
Oh.
the lists, you know, like the supply lists. I might have not edited it quite right. Yeah,
No worries.
so it's all good. No, we weren't going to use yellow tonight.
Where were the pendants that you wanted, that you said they
I'll be right back.
A little more. There we go.
Can't paint you with my hand. I can only paint you with the back of my hands. Don't want to get paint on you. Like it. I'm gonna wash my hands. I don't want to change the water.
Yeah, it's looking pretty milky.
Want to fill the bowl up for him? When you get a chance.
When I'm done.
I said when you get a chance. Not right away. Sure, he ain't starving.
Yeah, these are more decorative. They're still really fun.
It's not really. There we go. Yay. Bye. Oh, Shannon's coming in with the camera. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yay. Let's see. And unmute you.
Okay.
And hi.
Hi. So the device that I used so I could see you well, my computer, the screen didn't work to show you what I did.
Oh,
I really wanted to show you what I made.
Yay.
So let me flip this, figure out how to flip this screen. I know I can do it. It's here somewhere. There it is.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Look at your awesome craters and the layering of your craters and the, oh, that's good. Some nice, good, rugged topography. No, it's topography. Yes.
Yeah, it's topography.
Yes, I thought I was using the wrong
Topography.
word. I love, love, love. And look at your star placement. Some are big, some are small, some are grouped.
Clusters, yep.
I love it.
I'm
Love,
very happy.
And what colors did you use for your background? Is that the blue and magenta?
So, yeah, it's a blue. And here, let me show you my palette. So my palette looked like this.
Nice.
Blue and magenta. And then they got sort of kind of dark. So it's in the daylight, it'll look like blue with some reds and purples in it. But it's kind of hard to see at nighttime.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all good. But that's the beauty of it.
But I'm totally
Yes,
painting
cool.
outside in the night right now. It's great.
Yeah, right? Painting in the moonlight.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Karen, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
I'm so happy.
welcome. You're so welcome. Maybe leave your painting outside tonight to charge in the moonlight.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh, like, God, I'm not used to being outside at night. Yeah, I will. I'll put it outside next to Shane's crystals.
Yay. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect. Gosh, I got to see you twice in one day.
I know, it's so great.
Awesome.
Okay, that's better. This was awesome.
Good.
I'm gonna drum.
Well,
I'm gonna drum now.
good. Yes, yes. Go drum. I know I drummed before the painting. I'm going to drum after the painting.
Okay.
Yeah, just give thanks to our model of the evening. Grandmother.
Mm-hmm. It's big. My birthday month, so I was like, I'm doing this paint class. I'm gonna paint the moon.
Good
It's
for
good.
you.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. All right. Well, maybe share this lesson with Shane one day. I think he might
He was
enjoy
so
it.
sad that he couldn't do it tonight because it's his bedtime.
Oh, well, I'm recording it, so you can play it back.
Mhm. I will play it back, or we'll
Or you
do
can
one of
teach
your
him.
other classes. Yeah, he
Yeah,
really wants
yeah.
to do a class with you.
Good, good, good. Well, we will then.
We will.
Maybe next Friday we can paint owls.
That sounds good. I'll look at the time.
Yeah, it's that time. Sorry.
But we don't want a crazy 7-year-old throwing paint around. I mean, that's fine, but
Yeah, as long as, it's fine. If it's virtual and not at my house, I'm pretty okay. I already have my puppies.
at my house, though. It's at my house.
Like that, at my house.
Thank you for the night. Thank you, everyone, for who joined. I'm gonna hop off.
Okay.
This was
Okay.
lovely.
Good night. Thank you for sharing. It's beautiful work.
Thank you for leading me. Wonderful.
Of course, of course. Good night. All right, and it is us. You guys want to show where you're at? Did you finish?
Anthony's done. I think it's this. Is it the same? I don't know.
Oh, that looks really nice. I really, 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 really like it. Gosh, the background looks like a watercolor almost, or like lava-esque something. It's really pretty.
It's
I love
really
the texture.
I love the background. He always
Yeah,
does.
me too.
He does good painting, but his backgrounds are always better than mine.
That's cool. And where are you at now, Raquel? You want to show?
Yeah, I might do more, but I don't know what yet.
Oh, it's beautiful. You guys have the same kind of, you're like right there in the same galaxy.
Yeah, almost, huh?
Hey, Karen.
Here, let's see.
You know, what's his name?
Oh no, she hasn't done nachos yet.
You don't know about Nacho's painting classes?
I haven't checked him out, but I want to.
Me and Mom, he did a raffle. He did a raffle a week or two ago for a 10-person painting class or a $400 commission, and I had won it.
That's what your mom told me. That's so exciting. So what are you going to end up doing? Do you know?
I just thought of it. I'm gonna see if he can do the Simpsons, all of the sitting in their house on the couch.
Oh,
Like-
how fun.
The intro.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Oh, that'll be fun.
But I'm gonna think of which one. I want to. I may do the regular, or I may do one of those weird ones that they do every now and then for the intro, where it's different.
Good deal. That was a lucky day for you.
I know, that was a good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to log off so we can stop the recording here.
Sounds good.
Do you have any questions before we do, though? Because I know you're just finishing up. I don't want to leave you hanging.
I don't think so. I gotta do my sides because I didn't do them yet.
Yeah, do your sides while your paint is still wet. And that way your colors will match because you've got that going on.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
problem later when I want to fix something. I can't get the same shade sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah,
It's
this
all
was
good.
thank you. It was
All
awesome.
right. Well, send a picture when you're all finished, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.